Hey, hi. I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for April 11th, 2025. Yeah. So, I don't think I did one on my brother's birthday. And to be quite honest with you, I think I totally forgot about my brother's birthday, which is kind of weird because I really loved him. His birthday was on the 8th. And I know I didn't do one of these, but I think it was because I was real busy doing other things, you know? But I remembered today, and, I just wanted to say a couple words, that's all. That it was his birthday that passed. I really care about him. And kind of feel bad a little bit, but everything is going well. I do feel that he's around me sometimes, so, and my mom's birthday's coming up on the 20th here too, so, you know, but I mean, we're doing okay over here. I think the 8th was the day that I got this thing, or not yesterday, but the day before. So no, it was actually like the 9th, I think. Yeah. But I've been keeping up with the exercise, like, since I got it. Like, I got it, and then the next day I started, because I had to put it together on the first day. And then after that, which was yesterday, I did get up. I took the dogs out for a walk. We came back. We all had breakfast. And then I started painting this, because I had the stuff, I had the stuff to paint it. So I think I just forgot, which is kind of odd. If I was out there camping around, I probably would have remembered, because I had like less going on out there and more time to think about stuff. Over here, I'm constantly moving and doing something and fixing something or painting something or creating something. So I think that's why it might have slipped my mind, but I kind of feel bad about it. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel bad about forgetting, because he was probably one of the most important people in my life. So, just to put it out there, But I did finish this project. And while I was doing it, it kind of reminded me of my stepdad, George. Because I remember when I was younger, he built a bookshelf for the house, we lived in apartments most of our life, but he built the bookshelf that we had in there. And as I was painting the stain, I was like, you know what? It reminds me of the bookshelf that he built, And then once I painted I put polyurethane on there. It feels real nice. It feels real smooth. And, it's been drying since yesterday and overnight. It's ready to put stuff on it. But it totally reminds me of him too. I don't really know his birthday. I'll be honest with you. He just pops up into my mind every so often. And now when I look at this, he pops up in my mind a lot more. Because he was a carpenter. And he used to build stuff. I think he worked on the house that was in Karate Kid. When the Karate Kid guy, the Ralph Macchio, whatever, he was dating that blonde girl, and then they show a house that she lived in because her family was rich. My stepdad worked on that house. I don't know what he did there, but I know he worked on it. But I mean, there it is. There's no earthquakes here or anything, but because it's like thin like that, I didn't need it any thicker. I want to try and figure out how I can get this to be attached to the wall, because you see, if there was an earthquake, it might fall. There's hurricanes over here, but not earthquakes. But I'm going to have to try to figure out a way to, probably I'm going to use, what do you call it? I'm probably going to use like Velcro or something to figure out how to stick this to the wall, because I don't want to put holes into the wall. You know what I mean? I'm not really going to hang anything. That keys thing right there, that's been there. That was there when I moved in. I installed this, and it's on there pretty good. And it's my rosary that my mom gave me to protect the house, you know. She wore that, I guess, when she married my dad. I guess, you know, I don't know. I don't recall, because I wasn't there yet. But yeah, you know, but I have been working out. This thing is right in front of the TV. So like before we go for our walk today, I'll probably go on it for a little bit, and then we'll go for a walk, and then we'll come back, and then I will sit maybe for a couple minutes and relax, because, you know, after the walk, I feel a little bit tired. I don't think I need anything from the store. I haven't really needed any. The last time I went to the store, I think I bought, I just bought a couple things. Hamburger buns. I know I bought hamburger buns. And I think I bought some pork. Like, my freezer is packed. You know? My freezer is packed here. And I wasn't going to buy too much bread, but I did. But I have vegetables in here, and I have pork and chicken. I don't have too much beef. I'm not a real big beef eater, but there's some beef right there. That's for the dogs, actually. I did make this, though. This is something I made. This is actually a mixture of grass from outside. Also, I had some, what do you call it, radishes in there. And you know how I bought it in a bunch, so it has those leaves on there, and they were kind of getting wilty and weird. So I put that in the container, and then I had eggs this morning, the last two, because I'm gonna resort back to the, you know, I switch off with the egg beaters and the regular eggs, but I had 2 eggs left, so I put all that stuff, all those grounds, and coffee grounds also. I put it all in the blender, and then I blended it, and I made kind of like a smoothie. A smoothie for the plants, for plant food. Because I was trying to look up, you know, how to make this is the concentrate right here. This is the concentrate, okay? This up here is, I filled it up. I filled it up like this much, and then the rest with water. And you can see it made like a green tea-ish kind of, you know. This morning I didn't use this because after I watered the plants, I figured, okay, you know, let me look up how I can do DIY plant food. And so, yeah, and all those things up there is what I'm going to use to water the plants, right? And we're going to see how it goes, you know. It also said to don't get too crazy to put too much in the beginning, because the plant's got to get used to it. So I have an actual other water bottle out there, and it has cuts in the top of it. So when I put water in there, I can just squeeze some water into each of the things. So tomorrow, because I don't want to overwater either. So I water it in the morning, and then that's it for the day. And they get some partial sun in the morning on this side, and then they get partial. Here, I will show you guys. Oh, I gotta put these on the dogs. When they come in, I take off their things. Where's Brian's? Okay. They like to go outside, but they gotta go out with the leash here. It's a nice day today. So this is the bottle I use to water the plants. It's got a little cut in the top, so it squirts out. This is the potato. Oh, and you know what? Look at that. I didn't notice that. You see that? That's why I made the mix, because I was wondering, do potatoes have plants or leaves on it? Because I've never really messed with potatoes before. But now it's looking like it's starting to peek out. This is the basil. I can see a couple of leaves here are not doing well. But I mean, they look pretty healthy and good right now. On this side, I put the avocados out here to get some sun. Look at, they have roots. You see that? I switched the bottles. That one started peeking out, and that one, you know, it looks like they're doing okay. Broccoli, beets, asparagus. I don't think I'm going to have asparagus this year because it says that most likely it won't, you know. But I don't know. It has a long one. I feel uncomfortable with it bending over like that, but I guess that's what, you know. Cilantro. I think this is bell pepper. We have, yeah, the beets. This, I think, and this one is lemon. This is a lemon. It's harder, I think, for the lemon to grow, but well, we're just going to leave it. We have jalapeno or serrano, one or the other. This one is radishes. And then this is carrots. It started well in the beginning, but I don't see any extra roots growing. So, I mean, we're just trying, you know, we're trying. The green, the leaf is green. This right here, this is the tomato plant. I see some yellow leaves on it, but I'm going to figure out what is that. That's what made me also think I need to put nutrients or something in there. And that's a squash. The squash looks pretty healthy. So, yeah, that's what, you know, that's what we got going on over here. I have all these bags of organic bed and container mix, right? I thought I overbought, but maybe not, because I mean, the other plants are doing okay. I do have to transplant those, so I'll have to figure that out. But that's what I've been doing around here, trying to focus on the house and things and getting a little exercise in, right? Instead of sitting down, I can stand on here and do the exercise a little bit. Instead of sitting and watching TV, I can be moving. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I'm Mona. This was Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for April 11th, 2025. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.